Yes, team, hope you're all well and having a lovely bank holiday weekend. For those of you who are not in the UK, unlucky for you, everyone here's got a bank holiday on the Friday just gone, and then tomorrow on the Monday. But all in all, guys, I hope everyone is having a lovely start to their April. If you haven't done the quarterly roundup, the quarterly review, make sure you get that done. That's super, 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 super important. And so I'm going to be reviewing that tomorrow. I'm going to get me back to everyone. Okay. But today's training, actually, I got this inspiration because I actually had it done on me. I'm part of a community full of like-minded individuals. And yeah, they one person they did a seminar like I do with you guys, and then she ran through this, and I was like, this is absolutely fucking brilliant because I always feel like the better understanding you have of where you are, the better you're going to be able to dig yourself out of that, and sometimes it's good just to hold yourself accountable, okay? How to know when you've fucked up, okay? Excuse the French. But team, make sure if you do, okay, get a pen and paper, okay, jot down some notes, even actually run through the same process with me because it will really help you understand. And you're going to have to come back and correlate into this all the time because it's not one of them trainings that you would do like, oh, I'm all fine now. Life works in weird and wonderful ways. You go uphill, downhill, round around in circles, so it's always good to relate back to this, like, why am I in the position that I'm in right now? Okay, where am I at right now? How can I get myself out of this? What do I need to do in order for me to get to that next step? Okay, and that's why it's super important. So this is the bit that I want to write down. Okay, going to move me here. Okay, so you got 4 little boxes here. Okay, at the top you got knowledge. If you don't have knowledge, what do you have? Ignorance. Okay, on the left it says inaction knowledge. Typo is meant to just say inaction. Okay, and what you have when there's no action being taken, when the opposite, sorry, you have action. Okay, and this is why it's really important. And generally speaking, 90% of you guys, you come to me because you don't have enough knowledge. Okay, sometimes people take action, but they don't really know where they're going. Okay, and this is why I try so hard to be able to educate you guys so much on what you are doing, because knowledge is so powerful. Okay, because let's say, I always say to some guys, like, when you're 50, 60, 70 years old, I probably won't be coaching then. Hopefully I will because I love what I do, but I probably won't be. Okay, that means I'm not going to be in your corner. And the likelihood of you wanting to get a trainer is unlikely, purely for the fact that you've gone through the process with me. You built enough knowledge to be able to do things at your own standard. Okay, and that's why it's super important. I've got a dog here. Okay, so if he jumps up, Brucey, say hello. Say hello. Say hello. This is Bruce. He's the world's neediest dog. Anyway, sidetrack. Okay, and that's why I try and educate you guys up so much, is because that I want you to go away and be able to know how to do it and to educate others. Because as you guys know, it's a simple process. You just have to know how to do it. Okay, so bottom left, cynic, scared. Okay, so ultimately, when you're not winning, okay, you're going to fall into one of these categories. Okay, depending on what category you're going to fall into will determine on my explanations now. Okay, so an example who would be in this is someone who just loves to stay in the comfort zone. Okay, and just you get lazy people. Okay, these are the people who are cynic. Okay, and I'm sure people that they, generally speaking, it's the yes, I see you. It's like the older generation, or like you probably have some friends like it as well, where they're just very ignorant to the fact that exercise is good for you. They'll go down the pub and they'll just not really look after what they eat. They'll drink and they'll just do all these things that they know that are not good for the body, but they're too ignorant to do absolutely anything about it, and they're not taking any action about it as well. Okay, like yes, I see you. I've had people in the past and say to me like, "God, Josh, why running this far? Why doing all this exercise? You're gonna have arthritis when you're older. You're gonna have this or that when you're older." When in truth, we know that science has backed it. or in proper strength training is going to delay the onset of arthritis. And if you do things in the right way, it's just people's ignorance. You know, I've even had people say like, "Why are you running that far? You're going to give yourself a heart attack." And I was like, "That's a nice thought." You know, it's these cynics. Okay, there's the people who fall into this bottom left-hand section, and being able to recognize that is super, super important. Okay, but generally speaking, these people like to stay in that comfort zone. And like I always say to you guys, what happens when you're in a comfort zone? Zero progression. Again, that's not me to say that you constantly be pushing and get out of your comfort zone, but understand there has to be some sort of element of external stress or stimulus, like we were training around before, to elicit a better response. Okay, and the main reason why people will stay in this quarter is it comes from a place of just being scared. Okay, and that's it, and that's the emotion that you want to understand. Come face to face with, understand why you are scared, and then build upon that. Okay, because there's no point of me just going on, here's the knowledge, go for it, because sometimes there's the backstory behind it. Okay, but understand sometimes, team, if you're not taking action and you don't really know what you're doing, okay, you will come under this. Number two, however, if you're taking action, okay, but there's not really any knowledge, then you're a gambler. Okay, you're just hoping. Okay, for example, let's say if you're going into the gym, and let's say your ultimate goal is you want to build as much muscle as you can, but you're just going into the gym, you're not really focused on any plan you're doing, you're not really going to the gym and putting really in, you're just going because of the sake of, if I just go to the gym, then this is going to happen. It's willy-nilly. Okay, or for example, trying to diet but not really understanding what's good for you, what's bad for you, what your macro split is, how much protein you should be consuming. You know, sometimes at work, you know, sometimes you get some newbie gains, but generally speaking, you're massively wasting your time if you're in this quarter. Okay, and like I said, the main emotion that will come from being in this quarter is there's hope. Okay. If I go gym 4 days a week and just do whatever, I hope this is going to happen. I hope that's going to happen. If I diet for this long, I hope I'm going to lose X amount. It doesn't work like that. Like I said, you might get some newbie gains, and you might get some PBs or lose a little bit of body fat, but you'll just plateau from there. Okay, and that's the main thing. Number three. Okay, right. So if you have all the knowledge, okay, but taking inaction, okay. Not inaction knowledge. That's a typo. So if you know have the knowledge and you're not taking any action, okay, you're just a dreamer. You're dreaming about what you could be, what could happen, how much you could lift, what you could look like. Okay, and people who generally fall into this, they're always waiting on the perfect timing. I will start this when X has happened. I will start my fitness journey when it's my birthday's been gone. I will start my fitness journey when summer's over or just before summer, you know, or I'll start running when it gets a bit warmer or whatever. Okay. You're a dreamer. Okay. You're waiting too long. You're a time waster as well. Okay. And then this is where I just say to people, just fucking take massive action. Just don't even think about doing anything, but just take action. Doesn't matter what action you take, because we also know that positive snowball effect is going to have profound benefit into your overall progression. Okay, so sometimes what can happen is that you can have all the knowledge. Let's say, for example, you're training with me, you've got all the knowledge, you have everything at your disposal, but you're not taking the action. You know, you're relying too much on me to actually lift the weights for you. Okay, or let's say you're at home, you're and ready to go. Okay, you got everything at your disposal. You're like, I won't really do it. You're not taking action. Okay, it's really important to be taking action when you are going through this. Okay, and even if it's just going through the motions, taking that first step, going for a 3K run, 5K run, is going to do so much good. Okay, because always try and lean into the thing that's giving you most resistance, and that's what I've been trying to lean into for the last 6 months. The things that I'm thinking, not for me. They're the things that I've been trying to push myself into, because it just feels like it just overlooks and just opens up a new expansive mindset of just like, okay, if I can do shit when I don't even feel like doing it, when I do feel like doing it, everything's 10 times better. You know, It's like that, just like the average, the average that you're going to be taking over a year's period is going to be so much higher than if you just stacked it off and didn't really take any action. Okay. However, the last one, what do you think it could be? Drum roll. Okay, it's the creator, the success. Okay, so if you don't fall in any of the gambler, the cynic, or the dreamer, you are ultimately being a success at what you do. Okay, I told you, it's a needy dog. I see you. You're making a meal at this now, Brucey boy. I know. Okay, so when you have, okay, that's enough. That's enough. No, Bruce, get down. Okay, when you have a plan in place and you're taking action with proper strategy, okay, you are going to be creator. You're going to be the creator of your own success. You're the creators of your own opportunities and your own destiny. Therefore, you're going to be the creator of your own progression, okay, which is super important. When you're in this, things are going well and you have a very good momentum. And it's simple as that, okay? And in terms of what we're going to go through now is a whole roundup, okay? Understand when you're not really hitting success or you're not really hitting the numbers that you want or things are not really going your way, understand why. What are you not doing in this continuum? Are you a gambler? Are you being a bit scared? Are you a bit cynical? Are you dreaming? Okay, be really brutally honest with yourself. And I'm not to say that you're going to be completely to your top left or completely to your bottom right or so forth. You could just be on this anywhere on the scale. Okay, but understanding where you are on the scale is going to be super, super important. Okay. But yeah, and I think it's important to identify. Okay, and I'd put words of wisdom here. Okay, in the little scripts is if you think of something as a problem, your mindset is going to fall into a place of complete overwhelm. Okay, if you think of something as a situation, your mind will go into a place of fixing that situation with a straight solution. Problem, overwhelm. Situation, solution. Very important that, okay? So in terms of solutions, what we're going to go for is in terms of dreamer's solution, okay, if you fall into this section, okay, and what you need to go into the creator. Oh, I've gone on skipped one here. Okay, so if you're a cynic, okay, you want to go into the success/creator. Okay, key things you look for now. You need the heavy duty shit. Okay, this is probably one of the, I wouldn't say worst, but one of the ones that you're going to need the most help to get into that success/creator. Okay, and generally speaking, all of you here are not going to fall into this. I know this. Okay, but it's sometimes good to highlight this and understand. Let's say if one of your friends or family members have fallen into this place, you now understand how you can help them. Okay, and if you feel like you get section, you need to. If you do feel like you are getting to this section, you straight away you need to be jumping on the call with myself, and we'll get a solid plan of action. Okay, and ultimately, if like someone or yourself or a family member or a friend, they need more self-confidence. Okay, they need that bigger and better self-belief again that they can do this. Okay, being scared is just a place of defense. Okay, so understand having more self-confidence will allow them to not feel scared and just allow them to be able to look more so in the future to have brighter success around their strategy. Okay, and ultimately you need strategy and just a good dose of accountability around that as well. Okay, now the dreamer. Okay, so with a dreamer, okay, how we want to get from this into the creator. Okay, you have the knowledge piece, which is absolutely fine. Simple process. You just need to be held accountable for your actions. Okay, and if you feel like you're moving into this kind of area, all you need to do, let me know in the check-in form. Give me WhatsApp. Josh, I'm a bit of a dreamer at the moment. I need more accountability with X. I'll go fucking roger that. Okay, let's get a plan of action of how to make you more accountable. Okay, and it's super important. At the end of the day, I don't know how you are feeling as an individual. I can tell by your check-in forms and just chatting to you. But at the end of the day, okay, it's down to you and your responsibility to communicate to me as your coach that you need extra help. And that's what I'm here for. Okay, and that's super important. Last one, if you're a bit of a gambler, okay, you're hoping, okay, which probably a lot of you were started into before you started with me, okay, you have the knowledge, you have the action, but you don't really have the knowledge to get into, yes, I see you. Bruce, no, get away. Okay. So you don't really have knowledge to get into the position that you want to be getting into. Okay. And how I describe this is imagine you're in a car. Okay. You as an individual are a car. You got the foot on the accelerator, you got the hands on the steering wheel, but you don't know where the bloody hell you're going. Okay. What you need is proper navigation, therefore, i.e., me. Okay. And the navigation is going to be the plan of action and the strategy that's going to be going ahead. Okay. So if you're a gambler, okay, you are a driver with a foot on the accelerator, hands on the steering wheel, but don't have a clue where you're going. Okay. So plan of action and a strategy. Okay. Team, I hope that all makes sense. And I hope that was informative as well. When I'd done this, I thought this is going to work really well with you guys. So that's why I thought I'd do my own kind of version of this training to help you guys. But let me know your biggest takeaways. Let me know if you actually feel like you do fall into one of these categories. And let's chat about it. And let's see how we can get you into that creator slash success part of the graph here. And like I said, you're not going to stay in that top right one all the time. I don't. But it's understanding and taking the realization, which one am I falling into? What do I need more of? Okay. And how can this coaching process help you in the best possible way to constantly get you into this success slash creative process? Okay. Team, hope you all have a lovely rest of your weekend. This will probably be rolled out tomorrow on the Monday, where check-ins will be sent and a beautiful week will start, team. From me and from Brucey Boy, okay, have a lovely rest of your day.